And welcome, folks. Hi there. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to adjust a couple of things here real quick. Give me just a sec, guys. Let's see. There and there. And that humming sound you hear behind me are the engines of my airship. I am currently in the skies just above Seattle. No, I'm completely lying. That's my fan back there. It's a little warm here where I am. My room is upstairs, so all the heat rises, kind of like in the last video of Aina rising up, the rising of the shield hero, the rising of Aina Aiba, the rising of me. Anyway, welcome, folks. Welcome to the stream. I see we've got folks in chat. Hey, guys. Haru, hello. Hi there. Hello, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Or should I say, o genki desu ka? Since we've been doing some Japanese. Hey there, Jay, Joy, I know who you are. I hope Stuka Down is nearby somewhere. Let him know we're going to be talking about his favorite show that he asked about last time. So anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome to episode number 2 of the live stream show. We did, if you noticed right up there, we changed the name from whatever I had last time. I think it was at random. And I figured I'd change the name because I think we're going to be talking more about anime. And I think we spent a pretty goodly amount of time last time talking specifically anime. So I figured, yes, hello there, hey Joy. Haru, hello. Genki desu. Daijoubu, subarashi. Anyway, yes, rudimentary Japanese, as we did last time. Joy will probably learn some Japanese today as well, whatever I can come up with, you know, something rudimentary like, これはペンです. Anyway, so where was I? Yes, so I decided to change the name. So what you see right above there, by the miracle of computer graphics, so now we're called Anime SHIYOU. Let's anime. And kind of like a play, you know, you probably figured out anime show. As the English people would say, hey, welcome to Anime SHIYOU. Hi there, o genki desu ka? I'm just butchering Nihongo. Sorry about that. Gomen nasai to all my Japanese-speaking friends that I have some. I have friends. Imagine that. The numbers now, I can count on one hand. 5. No, anyway, so welcome to the show. It's episode 2 of the live stream. Episode 1 with the new title. The show tonight is brought to you by these folks. No, they didn't really do it. I bought one on the way home from work because I work retail, so I work on the weekends. And it's the same one that Stuka Down is will probably see me at. Yeah, it is a little echoey. I mean, I'm very much in an echo chamber. It's part of the experiment that's being run on me. You don't see it, but I've got wires attached at various places that I don't like to talk about. I'm just kidding. No, the room's kind of echoey. I'm going to have to treat it some. There might be some creams and things that may need to happen. No, I probably have to put up something to keep the echoes. Maybe put some acoustic foam or something. But anyway, we are echo. Anyway, yeah. So I do apologize for the echoey sound. I hope it doesn't turn you off. You can turn it off and try for subtitles. I will, I'll attempt some later on. You'll have to watch it afterwards. So anyway, welcome to the show, folks. Before I get started, I had a thought this afternoon on the way home from work while I was listening to some poppin'party in the car. So a couple of songs. It occurred to me, what if the Phantom of the Opera, the musical, was turned into a tokusatsu show? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, consider, he'd be like a Super Sentai. I mean, he already has... last time the audio I was using a headset. Maybe I'll switch that. I'm switching to a microphone right now. Yeah, but what if Phantom of the Opera was a tokusatsu show? It would be called, I'm figuring something like Kamen Rider Opera. wouldn't that be cool? I mean, he fights crime. He wears a mask anyway, and that just kind of makes me think of Kamen opera Milky Holmes, but we won't go there. That's something else completely. It's almost like a filter or a warble. A warble. Yes, in fact, there is a warble effect. On that, it's probably just a microphone itself. Here, I will add an extra warble to everything. It's probably some settings that I need to do. And that reminds me of Glenn Yarborough. You guys have seen the Hobbit animated movie, right? You know the song, "The greatest adventure is what lies ahead today." Anyway. So the warble effect is part of the charm of the show. It might be something that I need to tweak in settings. But in the meantime, I'll probably have to tweak something with the sound in this here room. So we'll go with this. We'll go with this for now. Right, and if it need be, next week, I will switch back to the headset mic, if that is a lot better. If this is still going to be an issue, let me know in chat, and then give me a moment, I'll switch out to the other piece of equipment. So anyway, let's give it a start. And we're going to start with a couple of shout-outs that I told people I would do. So the first one is to another Twitter person, flashback to 6th grade movie day. Is that the warble effect? Do you guys want me to switch out to the previous one? Go ahead, throw it in chat there. Let me know. I can reach over here and grab that. That's gonna be easier. My little gamer headset. Here. Why don't I do this? If it is gonna be an issue, give me a sec, and I will switch out. I might have to switch out a whole bunch of other settings too. So bear with me real quick. Hang on. Let's do it. Hey, you're in for a treat. You're gonna get into on the spot stuff. Okay, hang tight. Alright, how does that sound now? Is that a little bit better? Oh, sorry to skip down. We do not get hold music. Unfortunately, I didn't plan that far ahead to try and switch out to the headset mic. I thought maybe the full-on mic was going to work, so give me just a second. I'm going to put this to the side and we'll continue the show. Hey, little product placement, Superman. Right. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I can sing for you. You guys want some whole music? Good morning, we talk the whole night through. Good morning to you and you and... Alright, here we go. Lovely stage production of Changing Your Mind. You like that? Yeah, especially point to the mic and we'll put it in. Into the machine, just don't get me wrong, I'm not putting it anywhere else. Alright, so let's get back to things. I hope that's going to work for everything else that I've got set up along the way. If it doesn't, there will be a short, brief moment. Still sounds the same, weird. Oh well. Well, I'll go with this for now. Maybe switch out the other. It's probably a setting.
or something. So we'll see what happens next time. All right. So enjoy my marble. So the sound is garbled. Oh, okay. Not sure what might be going on there. I requested the hold music for. Okay, very good. Yes, the Cthulhu song. Sure, for next time. I would probably have to figure out something with the settings. I thought I had them down before, but it might not be the case anymore. Hang on. Let's see. Let me try. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Next. Oh, that's all right. Well, hopefully you guys are hearing this microphone. Can you guys hear this one? He writes about a creepy college, Miskatonic University. His first two initials are HNP. He chronicles the doings of his very own mythology, centered around an old one beneath the sea. That old one beneath the sea is huge and very tentacly. Its name is Cthulhu. Starts with C. All right, there you go. There's a whole song. So let's get back to the show. I'll go with this for now. We might switch out to the other mic. But anyway, so let's continue. So a couple of shout outs that I'm going to throw out there. First one goes to another Twitter that I run into on Twitter, another Twitterer I've run into on Twitter, a voice actress named DENEEN Melody, who is just holding or start doing her own Twitch stream talking about anime, of all things. Hello. Yes, thank you. Lighter in the air. I don't have one. I have a lighter. It's actually a Gunsmith Cat's lighter. If I can, I'll dig it out for next time and I'll show you. It's pretty cool. All right, yeah. So she's starting a Twitch stream of her own, and the first thing that she's going to be discussing will be Akira. So for all you Akira fans and Katsuhiro Otomo fans out there, you can join her Twitch stream. She hasn't said when that's going to happen. So I'm not sure. I will let you guys know. I'll probably tweet or retweet. Follow me on Twitter, which is right there. There's my Twitter. Touch the bird. Touch the bird. That just sounds wrong. Never mind. So I'll let you guys know. I'll tweet or retweet her info, so you guys can do the whole. Yeah, all you fans of Tetsuo Kaneda. You can go back and forth. You know, they really should do that. I think we should do that. Get a whole bunch of people at an anime convention. The nearest one here is SakuraCon or any place else. And instead of, tastes great, less filling, tastes great, because, we're not really beer fans for the most part. And that's more sports. We can say, you get two groups, Tetsuo Kaneda, and you just go back and forth. It'll be great. We'll have musical numbers with weird creatures and little guy in a chair floating around going, I should know what's going on here. Tetsuo, we're going to do experiments on you. Anyway, and then, you need a jacket with the pill on the back, right? And that huge weird laser thing that cuts him in half. Anyway, no spoilers for those of you who have not seen Akira. But anyway, so DENEEN Melody's Twitch stream was coming up next. She said somewhere in about a week, and that was earlier this week. So when she posts, I'll let you guys know. Jump on there and give your Tetsuo Kaneda, Tetsuo Kan. So anyway, I'm just gonna have fun with that. We'll have to do that next time. So it'll be a call and response. I'll say Tetsuo, and you say Kaneda. No, that's just wrong. Speaking, just side note, because this is going to happen. Several years back, I remember reading news reports, and I don't know where it is. Probably stuck in development hell. But at one point, they had planned on a live action version of Akira done by Hollywood, and I had heard that Keanu was supposed to play Kaneda. I mean, well, I'm Keanu. Tetsuo. I know Kung Fu. But that's just, I mean, yeah, Keanu is a really cool actor, and I enjoyed him in John Wick, all 3 movies. I don't, yeah, the xylophone. Yes, Stuka, you have, if you're a xylophone man, I need you in my band. We can call ourselves, Harmonic Convergence or something. Stuka Down, that would be the name of the band. We can play, I don't know, World War II standard death metal or something like that with electric xylophone. I'll play the washtub bass, and we get somebody on timpani. It'll be like a weird orchestral maneuvers in pitch blackness. Anyway, so yeah, so Akira fans, if you're gonna go check it out, if you want to check out her stream, that's gonna come up soon. The next one just dropped today, actually, and I had mentioned this young lady last time on the stream, Shay Terry. Apparently, she does a podcast with 2 other ladies, Beck Naja, who also known as Blurty Otome, apparently, and another Twitter person that I know back when I tried to do anime reviews. She's Lida over at Kino Reviews, and actually have a podcast called Fangirl Trash Can Podcast. And so a new episode just recently dropped. They're doing a retrospective on childhood anime, such as Pokemon. Anyways, that's the title of the show. Oh yeah, I heard about that one, the Spike in Cowboy Bebop, and then didn't it go to John Cho? That's the last I heard. Floating around on Twitter, John was going to be Spike Spiegel. Yeah, too bad Keanu didn't get to do that. Kind of like who was it? Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool. That was supposed to be his dream, one of his dream projects that he wanted to do, and they got it done, and they did a bang up job, I thought. So anyway, so Fangirl Trash Can Podcast, shout out to them. And apparently, if we Google Otome blogger, Blurty Otome comes up very first on the list, and they talked about that briefly when I took a listen to their podcast. And yes, folks, it is true. I tried it myself. I can attest to that. That she does come up first when you Google Otome blogger, Blurty Otome. The next one I hadn't heard. Yes. Apparently, if Joy, if you're talking about John Cho being playing Cowboy in Cowboy, playing Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. That was the last I heard, and that was middle of last year, I think, was the last thing I heard about it. So anyway, and if that's not what you're talking about, I completely agree. I hadn't heard either. So let me drop me that in chat there. So anyway, so that was a Fangirl Trash Can Podcast. So shout out to them. I told them I was going to say something on the show. And then the next one is also another young lady that I talked about last time, May, Wondrous May on Twitter. And this will lead into our next segment because May started up back in April 7th was actually, and I kept seeing this on my Twitter feed, and it was really enjoyable. She does a Bandori lyric appreciation thread. So she basically goes through, oh yes, yeah, John Cho, exactly. And that was him. And I think on his Twitter feed, he had posted some pictures, I don't know about straight onset pictures, but like kind of almost showing you stuff that was going on set, and they had been in the middle of production. I don't know where that had lasted at the time, but I'm sure we can find out. We can find out for next time. I will make a note, Cowboy Bebop. For next time, we'll talk about Cowboy Bebop live action. So I have it written down here, as you can see right there. Cowboy. Can you see that? Cowboy Bebop. It's reversed. It says cowboy. If you point this in front of a mirror, you'll be. It says Cowboy Bebop live action. So we'll talk about that next time. Yes, so May, Wondrous May does a Bandori lyric appreciation thread. She basically goes through a bunch of the songs and picks out the ones that, you know, resonate with her and actually resonate, I'm pretty sure, with everybody else who's heard any of the songs, myself in particular, and I'm sure, Haru, if you're still in there in the chat, I'm sure they resonate with you, especially the Roselia songs, which she did a couple recently. That I saw, and yeah, some of them, you know, they hit in the feels. So yeah, if you're interested in that or just want to see what that's going on, what that's all about, check out her lyric appreciation thread. And as with all of these, after the show, I'm gonna compile all these links and whatnot and throw them into the description that will appear at the bottom of this this archive, whatever it's called, the description. So you guys will be able to see and click on that or link to, go to those links and check those out. So having said that, Bandori Lyric Appreciation Thread, let's go to our next segment, my favorite, and I hope yours. And you know this is going to happen every single time because I did it before. I told you, everybody, I'm going to gush about it, and then here we go. Bandori appreciation time. And there was supposed to be something that happens here, and it didn't because I think my audio settings are all mucked about a little bit. There, that's why. Let's try this. Okay, I'm going to try this again and see if it works. Will it work? No, it didn't work. Okay, one more time. One more time. Is that even? Oh my God. One more time. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. And if it doesn't work, that's all right. So webcam and. On all the other ones that I have, but at this point I'm not sure. So anyway, so I hope it's going to work because I've got a couple of videos that are coming up. But anyway, so I'm coming back here. So, and I hope they show up when I do get up there. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. Okay, so Bandori appreciation time. So first thing, I've got a couple of things that I'm going to talk about here. First off, we're going to say get well tuned to Ozaki-san. Ozaki Yuka, who plays Achan, Kasami's younger sister, had reportedly tested positive for COVID. So we're all going to wish her a speedy recovery. And in my rudimentary Japanese, that comes out to Hayaku yoku naruto ii desu ne. So again, speedy recovery to you. And then speaking of which, it just so happens that today, the 15th of May, is Ozaki-san's birthday. So happy birthday to her. And a couple of other birthday shout-outs. We missed one from last show. On April 30th, it was Ikta Teru's birthday. Ikta Teru is a SHIYOU voice actress who plays Futaba on Revue Starlight. Revue no Starlight. Anyway, so that was her birthday on the 30th, and of course she's associated. It's Bandori associated. Bushiroad also produces Revue Starlight, so she's one of the characters there. And then a couple of character birthdays. Kanon from Hello Happy World. It was her birthday on the 11th. Masking from Reza Swilin. Her birthday was on the 12th, and coming up on the 19th, it's Poppypa's own Saya Yamabuki. It's her birthday on the 19th. And as we know, Saya always keeps Rimi Rin in choco coronets. And speaking of which, again, Starbucks, look at that. Look at that. The sponsor for tonight. No, they're not. I wish they were. You know who would be a cool sponsor that would be awesome? Bushiroad, right? Because I do Bando. Anyway, so speaking of Starbucks, in addition to that, I got myself, this is a chocolate croissant. It's not a chocolate coronet, but I'm hoping the vibe is still there, and I can connect with Rimi on that in that sense. So anyway, this is a shout out that I told some folks I was going to do. Bushiroad, if you're listening, in addition to sponsoring me in future, because I do Bandori-related stuff, Bandori-related goodness, as I tell people, Otae really needs her own version of Returns. I mean, we all know, was it season 2, she and Kasumi kind of wrote it together. Let's have her sing her version. It could be a great character song. I mean, everybody else already has acoustic versions and whatnot of their own. Let's give her that one. That'd be kind of fun to hear. So we have spoken. So I hope you're listening. You may not be. It's Choco Coronet adjacent. Thank you, Stuka down. Excellently put. So it is adjacent. So more power to adjacency. All right. And so speaking of Canon being her birthday a couple of days ago, tonight actually, and I think they're still rolling. If they are, they started at 7 o'clock. Hello Happy World was actually doing a sound only live on YouTube. It's going to be a 2-day concert tonight and tomorrow, 7 o'clock Pacific time, so our time here. On the west coast of the US of A, so that's going to be fun. It didn't look like, at least from the description, there's not going to be an archive, boo, but whatever it is that they need to do. There is going to be 2 days, so I'm hoping to catch tomorrow night at 7. Yes, yeah, right, Haru? That would be awesome. I think that would be really cool. So again, Bushiroad, if you're listening, if somehow you get onto this and going, what is this strange person in the West Coast doing? Nani? Nani desu? Nani kore? Nani kore? Nande yanen? Nani kore? They're probably saying this. Who is this? Who is this weird American? Hen desu. Totemo hen desu. Better hen than ecchi. I'm not going to even go there. So anyway, so yeah, Hello Happy World. If you're interested in checking it out, I actually caught a little bit of it today. Around 7 o'clock, I watched about 10 minutes. It's actually kind of fun. And, Hello Happy World has really happy, bouncy music anyway. I mean, come on. How do you not like Kokoro? And everybody else. It's so fleeting. Thank you, Kaoru. Yes, and of course, Michelle. Big Bear outfit. Kuma. A Kuma DJ. Come on. You can't get any better than a Kuma DJ. A pink Kuma DJ. Come on. Let's support them. So I'm going to look forward to and that's probably why I have pink background here. Anyway, we won't go there. So yeah, I'm going to catch the day 2 tomorrow. I'm hoping it's probably going to be like an hour and a half, maybe 2-hour concert. We'll see what they do for day 2. There might be some other fun things. So if you're interested in that too, go check them out. The other one that I was going to talk about now, I just lucked into this one, floating around on my Twitter feed. This would have been, let me look at my calendar here. This would have been last Saturday. Yeah, last Saturday. Apparently another podcast dealing with Bandori. I think we might be two of the podcasts. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. Other podcasts or other live streams that talk about Bandori or Bandori adjacent related material. I'm hoping I'm probably one of them too. But this one was a podcast called Behind the Frames, hosted by Vic9Vic, I think it was called. And his guests were Ayako Sub and Taya Luna. and they were talking about fan subbing Bandori material. So all the videos that show up on Nico Nico, Bilibili, YouTube, or anywhere else, they were talking about subbing them, and it was kind of an interesting discussion how they got started, and which ones they tended toward. I know Ayako was very much a big fan of Sumu Sumu, Risa Sumugi, who plays Chutu in the DJ for Reza Suilin, and we meet her in episode season 2 of Bang Dream. So check her out. She's the one, if you see the picture, she's the short girl with the pink hair, headphones with the little cat ears. So sort of like a pseudo Kasumi, but not so much the hair, and not at all like Kasumi. Kasumi's so precious. I mean, the whole innocence and the wide-eyed what we'd call optimism. It's just so hyper optimistic that nothing even phases her. Even when something does phase her, she just comes. I'm gonna stop because I'm probably gonna start to get the feels and misty-eyed, and we won't go there for now. So anyway, so yeah, they were talking about fan subbing, things that happened, what they were, things that they encountered in terms of material and hardships and all that. It was kind of an interesting conversation. Of interest to me was talking about Bandori's popularity both in Japan and outside Japan. I know mostly in Southeast Asia, it's got a large following, and according to Ayako, who is in Japan, I believe, can't remember exactly where, but I think he's near, just outside Tokyo. He said that he sees a lot of publicity being put, their publicity machine is putting in a lot of yen toward, I can't say if he said they were aggressive on it, but you do see a lot of promotion for Bang Dream and Bandori and Roselia, Poppin'party, and all the other bands, Afterglow, and so they pump a lot of money, a lot of yen. So you see, he mentioned you'd see stuff on the trains, either banners in stations and so on. So their machine is really working overtime. Whereas Teo Luna, who is in Ontario, I believe, so Canada, said it's not so much prevalent outside, although I'm sure there are going to be pockets of people, especially here on the West Coast. Here's one pocket in this room where it warbles in the echo chamber, and the fans are going because we're floating above Seattle. Anyway, so I'm sure there's pockets of Bandori fandom located in the U.S., although it may not be as prevalent as it is in Southeast Asia, Japan. I know Singapore has a big fan base. Everywhere else in that part of the world, I'm sure it has to do with location and how quickly they can get out. Because I remember there were a couple of meet and greets, I think, if I remember right, from a couple of at least from Popipa. I can't remember if Roselia did something too. Haru, do you remember if there was anything? I haven't been able to find anything early on, but I thought I remembered seeing some, I think, meet and greet in Singapore, I want to say, for poppin'party. I think it was some video somewhere floating around in the bowels of YouTube, as you tend to find some of these things. So I'm not really surprised that a lot of the fan base tends to be in that part of the world. But I'm hoping it gets out here, and I hope I will be among those who can spread the gospel of Bandori. In nomine Bandori et Kasumi et Rimi Sanctis, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, that was kind of and they brought up an interesting thing about May, it's May. There she is. For folks in the chat, the gal, the young lady right here who just showed up, May, is Wondrous May, who I mentioned last week for you who were here on the show, and who I mentioned earlier on the stream for her Bandori appreciation Lyric appreciating thread. So May, we've been talking about you're famous among the folks here in chat. And speaking of, I know we've got people in chat, but I don't know. Oh, hello. Hey, South America. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Come join the chat. Just throw some questions down, throw in some comments. I'm keeping an eye on chat. We'll keep this lively. But anyway, yeah, May, that you see up there, she's the one I was talking about. We were talking about you, May. I'm sure your ears were turning red, or you sneezed, because that's what they do in anime, right? It's a trope. Somebody talks about them, they sneeze, or something happens, and they go, huh? Eh? 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 Nani? Nani? Doshita no? Anyway, so, and Laura, hello. Thanks for joining us. Haru, I don't know if they did. Yeah, I'm not sure. They may not have, but it's probably something we can dig through the master list of Bandori stuff, videos and whatnot. Oh no, don't worry about that, May. You're all good. We're just getting started. We just started about 30 minutes ago. We still got a lot to go on here, but we talked about you. I'm gonna link everybody to your appreciation thread, lyric appreciation thread, and they'll know all about you. You'll be famous, just like as obscure as I am. So anyway, yeah, one of the other things on the podcast that I thought was interesting was the other prevalence of merchandise, which, from the sound of things, there's a lot on that side of the world, and not so much here. Although I have found recently, and we'll get to this because I posted something on Twitter about it, I have found a couple places that do carry Bandori merchandise, memorabilia, and whatnot. Primarily, at least for the videos, I've seen the DVDs that I got, the 3 seasons of Bang Dream. I bought from RightStuff Anime. RightStuff Anime, you want to sponsor me? I'm just kidding. RightStuff Anime, they had them there, and they also have the film live, the first one. Oh yes, you're welcome, May. Anytime you're gonna do something, I'm gonna throw it out there here on the show. Hell, maybe I might invite you on as a guest on the show, and maybe we'll do some kind of Skype talk or something. That's another thing. I'll get to that. I'm just everywhere today. But anyway, merchandise. Animate USA, which I think Animate, the parent company, is Japan-based, or based in Tokyo. Huge amount of stuff. Lots of things. They deliver fairly, I think, within a week to 10 days, they get stuff out. Animate is actually some stuff that I have that we're going to do on an unboxing, because I got a bunch of stuff then. So we'll take care of that in just a little bit. But Animate, and also CDJAPAN. CDJAPAN has a bunch of stuff. They've got a lot of CDs. I think they've got books. I still have to look through their catalog. They're the ones that I got the CDs of Ina's Sign, which is so here, and Lead the Way, both of which came out last year. So Lead the Way. Incidentally, I didn't mention last time, Lead the Way was the... they used the song as the, I think, for one of the seasons of Card Fight Vanguard. It became the theme song for that. And I also got Aimee restarting. Aimee! I mean it. It's a joke that she actually says in an interview about restarting her solo career. But anyway, so yeah, I got those from CDJAPAN, and they were remarkably fast. I think I got... was it DHL or not FedEx? I think it was DHL, because I think they do overseas, really good overseas. I ordered on a Wednesday. I got them on friggin' Tuesday. I didn't think that was like, I didn't do super ultra high priority overnight courier in a, in a Halliburton coming up handcuffed to his wrist going, "I've got something for you, sir. Here you go. Please sign here. Sign your life away." It wasn't anything like that. It just came in the mail. I think, something like FedEx, drop it off at the door. I came in, hey, my CDs are here. And that was really fast. So that was really cool for them. So those are the 3 places that I know of that will ship stuff I saw some of the Nenandroid figures for, I think they had Kasumi, Saya, and Arisa. They might have had Rimi too. Those were the only ones. I didn't see any Roselia, although I wasn't actually looking for Roselia from Right Stuff Anime, but I would have to do a further check on their website to see what else they deal with. Laura says, you are lucky. It is very difficult to get them here in South America. Have you had any luck with try these places, see if they'll ship to you. I don't know what their shipping looks like and how far out they do, but I'll put their links in the show notes after this stream. So it's Animate USA, which is based from, I just looked at the label. They're down in Southern California, and hopefully they'll ship, to you folks down there south of the border. CDJAPAN seems to ship everywhere, at least as far as I can tell. Although the last time I looked on their website, they had some, I think they were showing some difficulties shipping to some of the Southeast Asian countries. I think there was depending on the mail. It might have changed now depending on COVID stuff. So do check out their shipping notes. And then the other one was so Animate USA, CDJAPAN, Nihon, CDJAPAN, and Right Stuff Anime. Check them out. I'll put links to them down in the show notes. And then, so since we're speaking of Bandori fan subbing, I do want to shout out in here because she's in chat. HARUUKACHII. Haru is another fan subber that I ran into at the poppin'party server on Discord, and I had the opportunity to help her out with a little bit of a translation of some Roselia material, even with my rudimentary Japanese. I hope all went well, and if it didn't, gomen nasai. Sumimasen. My Japanese is osoi heta desu, but I am trying. So even though it is osoi, shioto suru. So I'm going to try anyway. And if I screw up, well, isn't that how you learn? When you screw up something, I mean, not to the point where you lose a limb. That's really messed up. I went dark, didn't I? I just went dark. Like, you stab yourself in the eye. That's even darker. When you bang your knee on the side of the dresser, that's not as bad, right? Okay, so we'll go with that. So then you learn, hey, I probably shouldn't be that close to the dresser. I'll give it a nice wide berth. When I'm going around the room or whatever. If I'm dancing, if I'm doing, some Michael Jackson moves, I'll make sure I don't kick the dresser. Oh, thank you for the shout out and the help from Haru. Yes, you're welcome. I did what I could, and hopefully I'll be able to help out in future. That was actually kind of fun. As rudimentary as my Japanese is, I think you have been doing it a lot longer than I have, at least by 3 months or 6 months, because I started way back, 2019, and then I stopped and started and stopped and started. So a lot of stops and starts until about what would have been end of February this year, when I decided, okay, I'm just going to knuckle down and just continue, relearn all my stuff, and try and get some more vocabulary. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's the story of my journey into learning Nihongo. Benkyou shiteiru. There's my bad accent. Benkyou shiteiru. And you guys, I'm sure you guys are going to stab me in the eye, make it stop. Benkyou shiteiru. So I'm going to continue learning my vocabulary, my tango, and learn all my kotoba to keep doing that. So since I talked about merchandising, Laura, check out those links. Maybe you might get lucky and you'll be able to ship some to you from those sites. I know. Oh, the other one was I think is Bushiroad Global. Just opened up their shipping out to the U.S., or at least U.S. goods or U.S.-based goods, I think, something like that, because I did order some stuff from them. It's in the middle of shipping. I think they're supposed to ship this week or next week, according to the website. I ordered some Bandori, of course. Come on, what else am I going to order? I ordered some stuff, and I've got some cards and figures that are coming more toward July and August. So Roselia cards, because, well, I know. Which brings us to the next part of the show, also under the Bandori adjacent. Now, last time I called it Super Seiyu Sanjo, but Super really, after thinking about it a little bit, Super is actually short for supermarket, so I didn't want them to be called supermarket voice actors. That just seems weird, unless they were just getting started, and then the whole different thing. So I actually looked up super as a suffix or prefix and found out I actually got it from Super Dimension Fortress Macross. So it's Cho Seiyu Sanjo. Let's go. Or probably more aptly titled, how about let's call it Ojo-sama, the outstandingly joyful and over-enthusiastically unbelievable society of I and maho-nee appreciation. Just for, you know, maho-ai appreciationists. And because of that, you know, sorry guys, I got to do this again. And, well, see, it's not, it didn't, hang on, because the thing with that is it's the music. The music really gets it. And did it work? No, it didn't. Oh, boo, boo. Maybe it's this one here. I'm gonna monitor on. Monitor on. Why is it not? Is it? Hello? Oh, okay. All right. So. All right. So I'm gonna run. Hang on, guys. Is it? It's not. Well, you know. Apparently, it's not working, folks. I thought it was. Something is off with the settings, and I'm not paying attention to. I'm doing a quick look here. Sorry about that. So all the other stuff that I was trying to do may not work. Let's see. Or we're going to. Yeah, it's really not. Is it? It's supposed to be. It's not. I have no idea what's going on. Something is way off. So it's not working. Sorry, guys. So chances are good that what I'm going to show you may not work. I'm going to give it a try anyway. No, it's not. I'm not getting any sound at all. Unfortunately, there was supposed to be a really cool tribute to I and maho-nee, and that's not going to happen this time until I figure out exactly what's going on. That messed up the audio settings, because I could have sworn everything was copacetic, unless there's something else that I'm not seeing here in my stuff. So default. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. So there's. Nope, I did not hear anything coming out that was supposed to, so unfortunately, sorry folks. And there's some other stuff that I was going to do, and I don't know if they're actually going to work, so we're going to give it a try anyway. So they were working earlier,
but at this point, I don't know if they are going to or not. So we're going to give it a try, and if it does work, it does. If it doesn't, well, we'll save it for next time. We'll save it for next time. So we'll save the Maho appreciation thread for next time. But we are going to talk about Aina, because one of the things I want to talk about that I mentioned last time was her live show, her first live, Sign, which was broadcast on pay-per-view, openrec.tv. I think I paid something like $42 US to watch. I got to watch it. It aired Thursday night on, what was it? It was April 29th. Yeah, April 29th or 3rd, April, I want to say April 29th, and it ran, you were able to watch it until May 2nd, their Japan time. So I had until 7 a.m. to watch it. So after the first stream, I finished off the entire thing. And I have to say, that was a really fun show, I thought. Very well done. She had dancers, she had costume changes. It was very, very big kind of multimedia production. And one of the things that I enjoyed about it was, especially after listening to her CD, Sign, there were a couple of songs, especially from that CD, 3 of the 6 that really kind of stuck to me. The first one, Beauty or Beast, Love for You, the 6th one, and the 3rd track, Sense of Wonder. They were really kind of fun. One of them actually, I'm gonna see if this is gonna work, and if it doesn't, we'll table it. I'll have to do it for next time. The other thing that I'm gonna do. So let's see here. Let me get into my file here. One of the no, I'll just say it. One of the tracks, Sense of Wonder. So the first one, Beauty and the Beast, had, I thought, was a really interesting musical take, because when I first heard it, it starts off with hand claps that made me think of My Boyfriend's Back from the 50s, and then quickly transitions into this keyboard riff that made me think of Europe's The Final Countdown. So it's like this mishmash of styles that I thought was really fun. And then it goes off into your standard dance track, EDM-y kind of style, which is kind of fun, with lots of drums and percussion in there. And then Sense of Wonder starts off with this beat that makes me think of the opening to C'est La Vie by Bewitched. And the entire song is it's very much a 90s pop style song. So you get that, very upbeat, bright chorus, bright backup singer. So it's just a lot of fun. And the same with Love for You is another 90s style. Makes me think of Bewitched, also the chorus. Leave Me Breathless. Breathless, I think, was the song. So it's got that kind of style, very, very mid to late 90s, happy, fun, danceable music, and which they recreated on the stage for her live. Now, the only thing that let me see how to put this. Because I don't want to play anything that I don't want to play down anything they did. Overall, I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give the live performance, I'm going to give it a 6.5, and I'll tell you why. All the media, the multimedia stuff, it was really cool. They had some great video behind her projected. She was in front. The costumes were great. I would put all of that up in the 7s and 8s. And I'm going to preface this by saying I've seen and heard videos of her performance in Rosalia, because as we know, she plays yukina and sings in their live concerts. She nails that, no question. I've seen her perform in the live version, the live stage versions, and also you can hear her in tracks on Revue Starlight. Revue Starlight started off with the stage versions before they jumped to the anime. So she has performed on stage. She's performed singing. And this is kind of I kind of got disappointed a little bit in a couple of the songs. I noticed that she, and I don't know if it's because maybe she's a little out of practice and dancing at the same time, but if she's standing and singing, she nails the songs. She nails every song where she's not moving around. When she moves around on stage, she can't quite hit the notes that I've heard her hit in the CDs. And I listened to the CD afterwards, and I was like, it just didn't get there. Now, it is possible that it's a technical thing. It could be that she's not hearing it from her monitors. She was wearing ear monitors. Maybe there was some glitch somewhere where she's not hearing the notes right, because she's just slightly underpitched, not by whole much, but there was enough. It's like, and you can't see me right now, but I'm doing a lot of exerting here. I'm gonna jump back so you can kind of see what I'm trying to get at. Here, back to the webcam. So the note is up here, and she's right there, and you kind of want to go, come on, just get it. And I don't know if it's because she's dancing around and there's too much in the technical part of the dance that she doesn't quite get there, but especially in Sense of Wonder, which is such a fun song. There's a couple of high parts where she needs to get up there just to get the full effect of the song, and it just doesn't quite make it. But like I said, those are only in the sequences where she's dancing around. I mean, she's got the dancers with her. She's got a dance number in the middle of the song, and it's right at that point where it doesn't quite get there. So it's almost like she's doesn't have all the breath support, but everything else where she's standing in place or just slowly moving from one side to another or walking, boom, nails it. No question about that. She's on point. It makes me think of her singing anything by Rosalia, Firebird, Avigite, anything that they do for Rosalia, she's got it nailed and she's on point. But the dancing, and which really surprised me, because she does a lot of dancing in the Revue Starlight stage productions, and especially 99 Illusions, which is in the second stage live, the second live that I've seen clips of on. I mean, she's bouncing around, dancing, jumping, doing kicks and all that, and all the voices are on point, and I can tell she's done that before. So overall, I'm going to give it a 6.5. The multimedia, the costumes are boom, right on. I mean, Beauty and the Beast had some great costume changes. Those were awesome outfits. And that dress, here, hang, jump back here to my pile of stuff. The dress that you see in the Lead the Way album, she comes out in that on stage. That was amazing. I mean, my God, that was so much fabric. I really didn't want her to dance too much and then kind of fall, because that would be bad. You don't want your favorite performer to fall on the stage. That's just wrong. But no, I mean, kudos. That was a great show. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Haru, yes, you're right, exactly. Because she's dancing, it's hard to sing and dance at the same time. And unless you do it a whole lot and you're used to it, then you can. I mean, kudos to Broadway performers when they're, especially the dancer, the triple threats. I can't dance worth squat. I can do some jazz squares that I can move around on stage, and singing on stage while moving around is still doable. When you're dancing, you're right, Haru. That stuff, if you don't have the stamina and the support, that you don't, it's hard. No, seriously, it is hard. I completely agree. So I'm thinking that has to be it. That's the only thing I can think of, because otherwise, when she's standing there and singing, especially the Rosalia stuff, boom, that stuff is that hit. Yeah, you can hear it. She's got the pipes. I mean, she's got the pipes. Seriously, She's got the pipes. It could just be, like I said, yeah, especially it's the dancing. Yeah, it's got to be maybe it's just a little much and not enough. But anyway, otherwise it was a good live. I'm hoping at some point that it didn't get archived. So I'm hoping they come up with a Blu-ray at some point. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I would love to own that. In the meantime, I'm just gonna stick with the CDs. I've got the two. I've got a playlist on my iTunes. I just played over and over and over and over and over and over. Between that and poppin'party, which I have 3 hours, 3+ hours worth. I'm pretty much set. So next time I'll work out this whatever's going on with my audio and do the tributes to them, because there's some fun stuff that I found I want to share with you guys, because as I said before, when you put Maho and I together, now I've seen them do separate stuff. I mean, Maho has got her own channel, Maho channel, and she brings in a bunch of other SHIYOUs and they chat and talk. Ina does the same thing on Ina Derby, which is on openrec.tv, and yes, I subscribe to both, of course. So she has people that she brings in, she's had guests, and she's very lively and effervescent, the two of them. Maho, especially on her channel, jokes around, and she's a hoot. But when you throw the two of them together, oh my God, there's something about having both of them in the same room. They're like a manzai team. I think I mentioned that in the last stream. You could do a manzai routine with the two of them. They'll just play off each other, and it's like it's controlled chaos that wants to explode. And it's just fun to watch. So I'll share that with you guys next time. Let's take a look at the time. Where are we at? How are we looking here? An hour and 15 minutes. So we still got a little ways to go. Hopefully you guys will still continue to hang out, because next we're going to talk about anime. There was something, because of the audio issues that we're having. The example I'm going to give, we're going to put for next time. But there is something I want to talk about, and that's connections, anime connections. And I'm going to play off here. We'll get to the musical connections that I managed to find because of something. As a matter of fact, May posted on her Twitter feed. We'll get to that next time, next week. As a matter of fact, because we're going to go weekly now, since there's so much stuff that I want to talk about. But anyway, so anime connections, I find it interesting. And we know Western and Western movies, and American movies do this all the time. We'll do there'll be a hat tip to something, an older movie. You'll see, oh, they've got it. That's a reference to something that's been done in a previous movie, or somebody else does a reference. And I guess it's really, anime's pretty much the same thing. They have their own set of internal references, and the one that I thought really stood out for me was from the anime Bofuri, which I talked about last time. I think it's the long title is "I Put All My Points in Defense Because I Didn't Want to Get Hurt," something like that. It's streaming on Funimation, and so I'm going to show you this one image. This is from one of the later episodes. I think it's toward the tail end of the show. You get this sequence where you see this character called Atrocity. If you don't know, if you haven't seen it yet, or haven't completed it yet, it's a character in the show. I won't say any more to keep spoilers, but at one point in the show, you get this image that shows up. Okay, now they're walking, the sunset and the kind of blazing glory. Shot down, walking down in the blaze of glory. A little Bon Jovi for you. So there's your whole music. No, okay, now put a pin in this one. Remember this scene, okay? Now, if you don't recognize it yet, maybe you will, but when I saw this, I thought, wow, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Because way back in the early 80s, Hayao Miyazaki did the same thing in the classic, my favorite, My Waifu, number one, Nausicaa, with this scene, with the God Soldiers. Huh? You see? You got that? Isn't that cool? Here, I'm going to go back. Camera 1, and then camera 2, which I thought was kind of cool. It's not a direct representation, but I mean, it's close enough. You've got them walking, and they're sort of huge. I mean, this character is huge. It's pretty much the size of a god warrior for the most part. And then, you know, you get this image, and I thought, wow, nice hat tip, or nice tip of the hat. Nice nod, nice homage to everybody's favorite anime godfather, for the most part. Barring things he said about anime, which we won't get into. That's his own thing. He's welcome to his stuff. So anyway, so here we move from there. That's our segue into the anime section, and today we're going to be talking about a few things, most of which is Way of the House Husband, right? Streaming over on Netflix. Before I get to that, I do want to talk about, real quick, because it's another show I just started watching that's also streaming, and I think I want to say it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah, Crunchyroll. It's either Crunchyroll or Funimation. Crunchy or Funny. One of those. The show's called I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level, which is a lot of fun. If you guys like a nice isekai, well, is it really an isekai? Sorta, kinda. Yeah, sorta, kinda. But anyway, it's another isekai type show. I mention that only because Bandori Connection, Ito Ayasa is going to be voicing one of the characters coming up, and Ito Ayasa, of course, Team Y, Team Y plays Arisa in Bang Dream, and also she's and I just blanked on her character. She's in Review Starlight too. So, having said that, we'll get to a couple other things too. But House Husband, Way of the House Husband. I'm gonna take a drink here. Give me just a sec. I don't want you guys to hear all the mouth stuff going as I'm drinking things from a water bottle. So give me just a sec. All right, Way of the House Husband. If you guys have any comments that you want me to cover, or just anything, throw it up in chat. So this one is streaming on Netflix right now. There's 5 episodes, but I think there's like mini episodes within each one. And if I remember correctly, there's 30 of them. So there's 6 mini-sodes within each episode. And at 5 episodes, you get 60 mini guys altogether. And for those who don't know, or if you do know, if you don't know, it's a story of a former Yakuza who leaves. Yes, May, killing slimes. It's very, very comfy, nice slice of life. I want to mention that. So if you guys want to check it out, do check it out. May, good point. May, who also reminded me that Wake Up Girls has a prequel movie and 2 sequels. Thank you, May. I'll be looking for those as soon as I can. I managed to watch the first one. But anyway, House Husband. So former Yakuza leaves the business and becomes a house husband. So it's very much a fish out of water, but in a fun, kind of almost absurd, almost it's like taken to the extreme in a fun way. And I finally watched all thing, and the one thing I can say about the show, it is effing hilarious. It's my show. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. And unfortunately, in a good way, I was eating every single time I was watching, and on a couple of occasions, the food decided to make its way in a different orifice than it's not supposed to. So basically, actually, one night I had Taco Bell. I was eating a burrito or a soft taco. The lettuce went where it wasn't supposed to because I was snort laughing at several sequences in one of the episodes. I can't remember. It was the episode that I remember. This particular one takes place, I think, is in episode 5, where he runs into the former female Yakuza boss, and she's putting stickers on the meat selections at the market. I think I just heard my door. Hang on. You guys want to hang on for a second? I'm going to go see what's going on. Hang on.
Yeah, I got the. Oh, it doesn't?
No,
oh,
crap. It didn't erotic.
Great, all right.
I can't believe nobody would tell me.
Oh, no, yeah, nobody said anything.
I don't know whose food's in there.
Yeah, so I got those two, the two titles. Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Oh, weird, okay. All right, well, thanks for letting me know.
yeah.
Time for,
If I would have known you didn't know, I would let you know.
oh, yeah, all right, no problem. Thanks anyway. Superman.
All right, so where were we? I love her. Yes, the female Yakuza boss. Yes, exactly. Yes, the adaptation. Now, apparently, the house husband is also also started out as a manga, which is how I heard about it last year. One of the gals that I talked about the last time that I gave a shout out to, Lisa Wallen, was talking about it on. She had an anime podcast that she was doing, and she mentioned Way of the House Husband, and that she'd been reading the manga. So I'd love to get my hands on the manga if it's floating around. Might have to go to Barnes & Noble. Hey, it's a road trip. Actually, just 5-10 minutes away from it. See if they have a copy. I'd love to see what it was. But yeah, the Lady Yakuza boss, that was hilarious. I mean, that whole entire sequence, you said, oh, she kept dropping all the cans, and he had to pick it up and say, and the whole sequence with, I think the part that maybe, that caused the lettuce incident was actually when Tatsu tells her, oh, by the way, this doesn't belong here, this belongs in pasta, and her boys are like, are you do you want to fight? And she says, no, he's right, let's go, and they run off. Something about that whole entire exchange just made the, well, yeah, I had an incident with the lettuce, and I had to pause and recover myself. But yeah, that was freaking hilarious. And then, of course, and then the other one that made me snort. There were a bunch of other ones in the early bits. The Roomba. Come on, that was just when his wife comes back, Miku, right? When she comes home, and he sees the red stains and thinks it's anyway. No, his former boss with the dog, with the is it Boston Terrier, right? When he puts a sweater on the dog, and then the boss just turns into this little, oh, look how cute! Oh my god! Yeah, that was another one. There was another lettuce incident. For that, I had 3 soft tacos, and I was trying to finish them. I figured I should probably just watch it before I finished eating. So, hang on. So yeah, that was friggin' hilarious. Now, apparently May also tweeted, May again? Hey, May! Oh yeah, the Roomba was friggin'... and then just because the cat freaks out and everything gets all shot to hell in the house that he's trying to... Anyway, I'm gonna have to watch that again. That was friggin' hilarious. Definitely one that I will make the rewatch list, which is another episode coming up. I'm going to talk about my rewatch list, which I've mentioned a couple times on Twitter and last stream. So anyway, House Husband, yeah, funny stuff. But let us kill. Yeah, exactly. Let us kill from now on. And remember to drink your citric acid. It'll taste like lemonade here. Put in some honey. and then we'll get the head massager on you, and here's some red beans. We'll put it in the basket. Because it mimics the sound of the umi, the ocean. Umi! There you go, Joy. Umi. The beach, ocean. There's your word for today. So pen des, umi des. This is not umi janai. So anyway, yeah. Now the animation. Now May told me it was also on her Twitter feed. She had mentioned that there was also a live action adaptation, which I'm really curious to watch, and I think I bookmarked the link that she gave. If you guys are interested, I'll probably put those in the notes as well. Thank you, May. You know, you're providing a lot of material for this stream. I might just invite you to the next stream or something, and then we can talk about stuff, and you can say, oh, check this out. We'll talk about this, and we'll go back and forth, because she also mentioned, I think it was you who mentioned Uma Musume that I'm watching right now, that I'm really enjoying. It's the Horse Girls, right? Or technically, I think it's supposed to be horse daughter, but Musume could also mean girl, someone's daughter. Anyway, but yeah. So that's another one that's on my queue that's being watched while I'm watching everything else, including Roombas just going mad and taking everybody out in a small Japanese household. So forget the ghost girls that come out of the wells. It's the Roomba. The Roomba's going to get you. You know, just they'll get you in the end. Yeah. So she had mentioned it, and she just put it right here. Didn't live up to her expectation animation-wise, and I heard this from a whole bunch of people early on before I had seen the Netflix show. I remember a whole bunch of people were just pretty much did not like the animation, and I saw this on a bunch of threads on Twitter. Not so much anywhere else, because I mostly follow Twitter. I mostly live there. Yeah, they was like, oh, the animation sucked. It was this weird kind of stop-motion-y paper something, or a limited, very limited, very toned in. It wasn't very smooth. This, that. Personally, I didn't mind it. You know why? Because and I don't know if there are any viewers out there on the stream, besides those of you in chat who are watching this, who are about my generation. So we're talking, I'm going to tell you now, I'm in my 40s. If you guys remember seeing reruns of the Marvel cartoons that were produced in the 60s, so pre-Spider-Man, you know, Spider-Man does whatever Spider. So there were some earlier ones that they did of Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man, which were really cheesy. I mean, the Captain America theme was really fun. When Captain America throws his mighty shield. You know, it's really cheesy looking. And the animation was very limited as well. It wasn't smooth as some of the ones that you'd seen at the time. It's almost like very primitive Hanna-Barbera, and then less. But it reminded me of that. So it didn't really bother me, because it was sort of like, it had a nostalgic feel. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I have no idea. I haven't read anything about the production of House Husband, so I don't know what their thoughts were, why they went with that particular style. It didn't really bother me. I didn't mind it. It was like, oh, okay, it's kind of quirky. Maybe it was quirky because the show itself is quirky, bordering on the absurd. Almost, it's like if anime and Monty Python met and had a child. And Terry Gilliam directed all the anime that was produced, by an anime studio like Gainax or something, or pre-Gainax, or less than Gainax, let's say. That's what it reminded me of. It's very, that kind of Monty Python, almost cut-out animation, very limited. It's not as smooth, but I didn't mind. It was fine to me. But that's my take on the matter. You're welcome. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But But I enjoyed the show anyway. So overall, if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably give it a solid 7. It was really good. I mean, I'd watch it again. Humor-wise, 10. No question about it. But kind of overall, and I'm not really going to do ratings or anything on this show. I'm just going to tell you, here's what I thought. It was good. It was this. It was that. Anyway. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's streaming on Netflix. If you can get Netflix, depending on where you are, I know there's some of the folks that are in chat or listening may not have Netflix or be somewhere where Netflix is available. There might be some other way of getting it, but I'm pretty sure, isn't Netflix pretty much global now? I mean, I know there's a couple places where, like for anime, there's a couple of streaming services that are only specific to a certain region. I think somebody said, "Oh, you should check out this group." Oh, okay, maybe I'll. Oh no, it's only available in New Zealand and the South Pacific. Oh, okay. I guess maybe not. It's only available in New Zealand and Australia. I'm gonna stick with these guys over here and just continue there. So that's House Husband. I think I enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. And I don't know. I hadn't heard. Does anybody know if there's going to be a season 2? I'm sure, because I'm sure the manga can't be done yet. I think it's a pretty good sized series. So I'm not sure how far into the manga they got to. If they did all the stories so far, if there's probably additional material that they could do. So I'd be really curious to see where they go. What else happens? Who else he runs into? The other one when he runs into the other Yakuza soldier, and they have that they have the cook-off where he's the crate guy and he does the other things, and they put everything on Instagram and nobody looks. Except for them, it's like great. We got Yakuza fighting on the gram. On whatever the Instagram was, because that's what we really need. It's like Yakuza fights on Instagram. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I mean, it's right up there with Kaneda Tetsuo. I'm with Team Kaneda. I'm with Team Tetsuo. I just want to turn into that big blobby thing and get whatever that was. I still don't. I'm not sure exactly. So what happens to Tetsuo? He gets screwed. But anyway, neither here nor there. So yes, we'll put everything on a lettuce scale. And this is on sale. Oh my God. All right. So next thing, a couple things with the ones that I've been watching. I don't know if any of you are also watching too. This. So right now on Crunchyroll, I'm watching Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Which I'll get to that in just a moment. And then on Funimation, among other things that I'm watching, the one that I'm really curious to see what's going on is Saint's Magic Power is is overpowered, something like that. Saint's Magic Power is another isekai. Now, I'm really enjoying this one. This reminds me a little bit, although it's not as goofy in that sense as what was it called? My Next Life as a Villainess, which had a female lead trying to create a new path for herself in that game. And it was, part goofy, part rom-com kind of thing here. This one's a little more serious. Like I said in the last show, this reminds me, this had the same pacing and kind of feel as Spice and Wolf, which, as we know, is economics anime, because why not? They've got every other kind of, they've got ice skating anime, we know you're in ice. They've got biking anime, the cycling team, the high school cycling team, baseball, Haikyuu is volleyball anime. Also the other one, Stuka, you were telling me about that, was the beach volleyball one that I wrote down, that I can't remember right now, but I think I have it on my, I've got it on one of my queues. I think it's on my high dive queue. And then we got the Kanagawa Jet Girls, which I think it's too fan servicey for me. I just want to see him race. I really don't want all the extra stuff. I think I watched the first 2 episodes. But that was, you know, hydrofoil racing, kind of like powerboat racing. And then, of course, this one. And of course, the other one that I just ran into in terms of sports animes is Iwakakeru, sport climbing girls, because you need competitive rock climbing anime. There you go. But anyway, Saint's Magic Power, just the pacing is, it's very much a tone, it's isekai, but it's not, you know, they're not going out on a big quest, and she's not gonna go down into a dungeon. Jet Girls. It was like I was really looking for, because it looked really cool. Because there was that one duo that had weapons on their jet skis or whatever those were, and I thought, yeah, this is kind of like you know, Stella Women's Academy. No, it wasn't. Not so much. I take Stella Women's over this, you know, because you know, paintball anime. That and Saga, was it Survival Games, Sagebu? Anyway, I'm probably botching that up, but I'm also curious about that one. Anyway, Saint's Magic Power. I'm really enjoying this. It's low-key, but very dramatic. Like I said, it has a pacing that's very much like Spice and Wolf, where it's all the interactions between people and the drama that comes out of that. And so we've got Sei here, which, if I didn't mention before, I figured out I like her because she looks like Mia Hayase, or Lisa Hayes from the Macross series, especially her incarnation in the Macross movie. Yes, Stella was good. I love it. That's another on my rewatch list, which we'll get to next time. I'll tell everybody which ones those are. Yeah, because Sei reminds me of Mia Hayase. Just the hairstyle, the hair, the look, and I thought, when I saw her going, I like her, and I know why, this is why. So anyway, aside from the Macross connection, I'm really enjoying this, and it's gotten to the point now, I think it's, what, five episodes in, and I think the new one either came out today, Friday, or comes out tomorrow, which I'm going to watch, since I've been keeping up every week after Horimiya is finished, which we talked about last time. Anyway, but it's gotten to a point now where there was a character that was introduced in episode 1, which we don't see more, who we haven't seen since, has been referred to in like the last 2 or 3 episodes prior to the most recent one, which was 5, I think, and then 6 should be coming up next. So in this one, we meet that character again, and we meet her at a point in the story where it looks like there's possible confrontation because of what's happened, and I'm really curious to see where they go with this now, because it's like, you know, were they going to do anything with that other character? And if you are watching, you know what I'm talking about. The other gal that comes up, that ends up in the kingdom with her, who was summoned at the same time that Sei was. We don't hear anything from her. We hear about her briefly, and then you get to this point in the last episode, 5, I believe, or maybe 6. But anyway, where, you know, she has the audience with the king, and then you get that thing, and then you see the scene where you get to the girl, and there's that question where she turns around and goes, "What?" That kind of like, something's about to happen, like, I'm supposed to do what? And then I'm thinking, ooh, there's either going to be a beatdown or some kind of confrontation. So the tension just got ratcheted up even more so, and it's one of those ratcheting where you don't expect it, and all of a sudden, you know, it just punches you in the gut, and you're like, oh crap, that's going to go down. So I'm really curious to see what happens next in the upcoming episode. Now, along the same lines, Nagatoro. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this one. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm really curious what they're going to do. I'm hoping they don't draw it out too much, because they've already set up some things character-wise and character dynamic-wise between Nagatoro Senpai and the other 2 girls who are picking on Senpai. If you guys have been watching, you know who I'm talking about. that Nagatoro kind of gives the look to, and then they go running off with their tail between their legs. So we've seen the dynamic that happens. We've seen what's going on between those four. I'm waiting. I thought something was going to happen in the most recent episode, and something kind of did. That points. I'm hoping it's going to point to something that's about to happen coming soon, but I don't want them to keep prolonging the suspense, because I think if they do that, it's going to lose its effect. You know what I mean? It's like they draw it out so far where you don't get any kind of conclusion or either revelation or some kind of finish to what's going on, and then you're like, well, that's kind of, it ends up being anticlimactic. I think that I don't want it to be to end up being something anticlimactic for what happens between the two of them. But I do like what they're doing with their dynamic between the relationship between the two characters, because something is going on. I'm hoping we see something even more. I'm not going to go into much because I don't know how much you guys have seen of that show, if you're actually watching that show. So I'm really curious to see what they do, and I think the new episode dropped today. But I had to go to work so I couldn't watch it. So I'll probably watch it either tonight after the stream or tomorrow when I'm fresh, because tomorrow's my day off and I can watch anime all day. I can watch some more Uma Musume. I can pick up on Saint's Magic Power. Maybe rewatch an episode of House Husband and snort some more stuff out my nose. I think the new Miss Nagatoro should drop soon too. So I'm really curious about that, and check out some more of the other ones that I've been talking about. Iwa Kakeru, the sport climbing girls, and then maybe at some point I gotta get back to, because I mentioned last time, and I haven't seen episodes for what now? 3 weeks, I think. I paused on. I paused on World Trigger and Black Clover. They were fun. I got about, I think I'm in like somewhere in the 30s or 40s episodes. I know there's a whole, I know Black Clover is like, what, 300 episodes? Not quite One Piece. What's that now? Like episode 650,000 or something? Well, maybe not that bad. But it's up in the 500s or something. I mean, that's a long time going. But I was liking it so far, and then I got to a point where, okay, I'm going to pause here because there's some other ones I want to take a look at, and I haven't been back since. And I know World Trigger I think they just finished, season 3, and that's supposed to be the end of it, if I remember correctly. So I want to see that. I mean, I'm really interested in seeing where they go with the stuff that's happening in that show. So maybe I will go back and rewatch some more of that, because I am curious. I'm not sure about Jujutsu Kaisen. It looks interesting. It's one of those slow ones where I may end up watching more, but it's going to be slow going. It's going to be like an episode here and an episode there. It doesn't get me enough to where I want to binge watch as much as there is of it right now. Same goes for... I know, of course, I'm late to all of this because I know, because of all the hype with Demon Slayer Mugen Train. So, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Everybody's talking about, Demon Slayer, it's the thing, it's the end all be all. I finally started watching it. It's good. Where it's going to be slow going. I think I've watched the first 3, maybe it's either 3 or 4 episodes. It's, for those of you who have seen it, he's cut the rock, and now he's about to go to that trial on the mountain where he's been training for it. So I'm I'm on that episode. I'm about to begin that episode. I just finished the rock cutting ceremony, so I'm there. I'm way at the beginning. I know there's like, what, 26 episodes? Roughly two seasons worth, and there's the movie. I'm not sure what it's slow going. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. It is something that I want to finish up because I am curious about the characters and about the sister. That's kind of a fascinating thing. How is that going to turn out? So I'm really curious to see where that goes. I have to say it's nothing like Cabaneri. Stuka, enjoy. Thank you for that. That was an awesome show. I think I'm going to restart it again, and I know there's the movie that I still need to see of that. And speaking of movies, I get May. If you're still in chat, I gotta go find the other Wake Up Girls because I want to touch Yagare. Anyway, stand up. Anyway, so yeah, those are the ones that are gonna be. So I'll eventually probably get to Mugen Train. I know it's out in theaters right now, and I'll probably not put it on video for a while or end up streaming. I'm sure it'll end up somewhere. And eventually I'll get to that. But that's going to be a slow-going one for me. So sorry, guys. I'm not on the train. I'm not on the train for some of these shows that are supposed to be really hyped up. I'm going. It looks like I'm going with more slice of life. Like I want to watch more Non Biori. Is the order a rabbit? Is the order Usagi? Is the order a rabbit? Let's take it by this. Oh, okay, yeah. So, who goes first? Stuka's first season. Are we talking about Demon Slayer or Kabaneri? Gotcha. Yeah, I enjoyed the first season. That was great. I wanted to find out more about a couple of those characters, especially that a-hole one who was like the leader of was it the prince or something like that? That we get to toward the end. So I want to find out who was that. He was kind of an asshole. All right, thank you, May. Thanks for coming to chat. We're probably going to wind this down shortly. It was nice to see you in chat. Hopefully we'll see you next time. I'll be here again next week. In fact, yeah, let's go ahead and wind this down. We're coming over an hour and a half plus, and I didn't want to do too much. So yeah. I think next time we're going to talk some more Saints Magic Power, and then some more anime that I might run into. And again, we're going to do, as soon as I figure out what's going on with my audio here, we have the tributes. The tributes must be done because there must be maho-nee in every single episode. But yeah, so join me again here next week. He was a brother to someone. He was a brother, and he was really. I thought he was a real pain in the ass. But yeah, I'll have to rewatch the show. I'll gladly rewatch it because I think it's still floating on Crunchy. So yeah, I'll take a look at that again. And I think the movie is on. Anybody correct me? It's on Amazon Prime. If you are in chat, or if you're not, or if you're watching, just kind of send me a telepathic message. It's on Amazon Prime. I hear the voice. Amazon Prime. I think that's where I saw it, so I'm gonna have to check it out. So as we're winding down on the show, next time I'll fix the audio issues, and then we'll have the maho-nee Appreciation Society tributes. We'll take care of that for next time. I will have some more things to say about anime next time. The watch list. I think that we're gonna talk about my watch list. What is this watch list that you've been talking about? You've said I've said in the past that there's only a few movies or a few anime that have made the watch list. What exactly does that mean? We'll get to that next time. Also, we're going to talk about Cowboy Bebop live action. We're going to see if we got some more news about that. Yeah, and I think my last thought was, I seem to be doing a lot more slice of life. So I think, what is that? Lucky Star is another one that's on my list that I want to check out. And I still need to finish Chobits. Yes, I haven't forgotten Chobits. Stuka and Joy. It's on my anime. It's on my Amazon, which I think is it Funimation. I still need to. I've seen the first 3 episodes, and it's cute. It's very, very cute, and I want to see more because I think she wants to go outside, if I remember. And I'm just going, oh God, what's gonna happen? I don't want anything to happen to you. So maybe we'll talk about that next week too. We'll see what happens. So Cowboy Bebop and the watch list. Yes, join me here again. Won't be an hour and a half. You know, we started at 8. It's 9:40, 9:45, hour 45 minutes. I think that's a pretty good time. We'll split it up between Bandori stuff because I need to gush about them. And oh my God, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the unboxing. Yes, get on it, Slack. Here. Quick unboxing. Now remember, Animate. This package came in. I have here my knife. We're going to open this. You guys are going to get Flash open with stuff that I ordered. Now I did this order because Animate posted that for every $15 that you spend on Bandori merchandise, you get some free stuff. So I thought, hey, I want free stuff. Ooh, I want some free stuff. So, see, we're opening it up. Packaging. The box is open. So what do we got here? We have, Vice Schwartz cards. Look, Kokoro. I got a Kokoro card. What is that? Oh, neat. That's really cool. And then game cards. Vice Schwartz. Anybody know what that is? It looks like a trading card game. Kind of like a Card Captor Vanguard. Some tropical dragon. Look at that. This came from Ina's CD from Lead the Way because that was Lead the Way was Card Captor Vanguard. One of the seasons became, I think I mentioned it, became the theme song. So I got a card. You see that? See that right there. All right, so we're opening. Oh my God! Oh, look at this. Oh, look. Keychain. Arisa. Look at that. Oh, sweet. Which kind of complements the other keychain I got from a previous order. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Look, it's Arisa. Miss Ichigo. Oh, yes. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? T-shirt. Kasumi. Look at that. It's Kasumi. I got a Kasumi T-shirt. And I'm hoping this fits because it's a large T-shirt. Look at that. Look at that. Check it out. Oh, this is sweet. And then I got a towel. Oh, this is one of those scarf things. I'm opening it. Come on. Check this out. I'm opening it. Opening it. Look at that. Yes. Dang. Oh, check it out. Check it out, kids. Look at that. Oh, yes. Yes, look at that. It's a bit sweet. Look at that. Probably put it behind me. That'd be great. There. Anyway. There. Matchmaker, make me a match. Anyway. Oh, sweet. Oh, the pièce de résistance. Sweatshirt. Hoodie. Look at that. Oh, yes, I am wearing it. Make no mistake, I'm wearing it. That's the back, actually. The front just says poppin'party. Probably a good one when the weather gets a little colder. And this is also look at that. Oh, awesome. Awesomeness. Sweatshirt. All right. And we are done with the unboxing. That was awesome. Squee everywhere. A squee. Like I said, that goes along with the previous stuff that I got. A mini artboard of Ringy Ring. This was also another Animate order. This is a little lanyard ticket thing that has the girls on it, and of course that artboard, the Shikashi there. And then this kind of goes on here. I gotta share this. I bought this way back when I first got started on the show. I wanted to learn how to play the music. There. This is a songbook. It's got a whole bunch of the songs, including Happy Party, Sing Girls, Sun 7, Starbeat, Yes, Bang Dream, Tokimeki Experience. So yeah, if you know how to read music, it's got chords, it's got the drum tabs, or the drum music, piano, it's got the guitar tabs in it for everything. And my favorite part, look at that, look at that. Alright, it's a pictures. Oh, I mean, it's got everybody else too. It's got SHIYOU. SHIYOU! All you SHIYOU fans out there, look at that. Check it out. Remy fans, say hello to everybody's big Choco Cornet. Everybody's favorite rabbit lover, Otai. And then, of course, we have our girl, everybody's girl, Kasumi. Kasumi, go you. Go you. What do you play? I play guitar. And I actually learned the chords for Starbeat. I'm out of practice, but I can sing it. And in fact, why don't I do just that? My birthday's coming up. It's going to be on a Thursday, but Saturday, the 5th, will be a stream night. So invite all your friends, because I'm going to do an anime song concert. How about that? What do you think? Live, right on here. I'm probably going to grab some karaoke tracks. But if you want me to play, I'm going to attempt to play the guitar. I could do that. There's the acoustic version for Starbeat. I'll play a little bit of that. And I can do a couple of other anime songs that I know. One of which happens to be the theme song to Space Battlecruiser Yamato. So yeah, why don't we do that? We're going to do a concert coming up for my birthday. So we'll do a concert here on the stream. That'll be cool. I'll broadcast that. So it's 9:40 now. It's almost 10 o'clock. Yes. So I play guitar. Yeah, we're going to do that. Tell your friends. Tell them. Watch this weird guy play and sing. He's going to sing for us just a couple songs, and I'll do. I'm either going to play it on the guitar if I can learn it well enough and not screw up, or I have the instrumental for the acoustic version of Starbeat that I'll play in the background, and I will sing. I will serenade everybody for my birthday. That'll be fun. It'll be karaoke night. It's going to be cool stuff. So tell your friends, tell them to come to the stream, and I'll tell everybody else on my Twitter feed. So that'll do it for tonight. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Stuka, Joy, Stuka, Jake. I know who you are. May, I know she's gone. Haru, if you're still floating around, thanks for coming to the Laura. Thanks for coming to the stream. I hope you guys are able to come back for the next one, because we're going to talk some more Bandori, more anime. I will put all that stuff that I talked about in the show notes as soon as this finishes and uploads and all that. I'll put all those together. And if I forget something, remind me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. You can see right there and tell me, hey, you forgot to put the link for something, and I'll make sure I'll either DM you or something. And we'll talk about more anime and more Bandori next week. So thanks, guys, for coming. Have a good one. Have a good Saturday night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. All right. And here we go. Take care, folks.